Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Vexlane Hope. I got another video and I got some clips for y'all. But it never ceases to amaze me, right? Like when you look at all of these things, when you look at what's going on in society today, when you look at the music industry. So allegedly, Young Thug and Gunna have been locked up. They got locked up based on this indictment that's just been going on in Atlanta, right? Where allegedly they locked up like 28 people. And I always say this, right? And I ain't come up with this saying. This thing been going on for a long time, right? You can take the nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga, right? And a lot of times people love saying that it's about resources, right? That these people are behaving in a certain manner because they don't have the adequate resources to do things, to be better, to get out of their conditions and their situations. But there's a lot of countless examples of people that get rich. There's countless examples of athletes. There's countless examples of entertainers, movie stars. Let's just keep it with the rappers, though. We're just gonna keep talking about artists. There's countless artists. We're just gonna say artists, entertainers that have made enough money to not only get out the hood, you know, and they continue to show us that it's not really where you put them, right? It's their mindset. It's the mind that these individuals have. So it never fails. So I'm gonna show y'all some of the video clips, and then I'm gonna get into my conversation about it.
I knew that question was coming. Um, I believe in the First Amendment. It's one of our most precious rights. However, the First Amendment does not protect people from prosecutors using it as evidence if it is so.
There you go. People be thinking they can just say whatever. Allegedly, they have lyrics. They're using Young Thug's lyrics against him. So he be out here. A lot of these dudes be saying crazy stuff in their music, and they think nobody's listening. They think it's just music. It's just entertainment. And like, yo, they packing a lot of these artists up. Like that's what a lot of people don't realize. They are going to pack a lot of you dudes up. A lot of dudes think because they got a little money, they can't be touched. They can't be victims, I guess, or whatever. But they show y'all they gonna pack y'all up.
Did social media, music play a role in bringing this indictment?
Social media is a wonderful tool for prosecutors in every indictment we bring nowadays.
And let's talk about, obviously, YSL, their territories at Cleveland Avenue.
They keep telling y'all social media is a tool that they keep using against y'all, and people don't listen. They still go on social media and post their little tweets. And that's why I say a lot of the men today, like, I don't know, they putting something in the food, some in the water, some in the weed. This is actually reports too, right? That there's a lot of stuff that is producing a lot of estrogen in men. Because a lot of the new men, they're acting different. And again, you can I can understand when you're a young man. I can understand when you're a teenager. I can understand when you are easily influenced to be doing some of these things. But when you're a grown ass man, when you 20 something plus, 25 plus, 30 plus, and you still behaving like a teenager, I can't really feel sorry for you. I can't.
Ask on the different charges for the maximum penalties, and there's obviously many people that are looking at life under this indictment. You're absolutely right. These are serious times. They're serious allegations.
Now, I don't know if this is a federal indictment or if it's just some state shit. Because a lot of times when the feds come get you, they built up a whole case. Like they got a whole shit to just make sure you don't really beat them, right? The feds have like a 90% conviction rate or 93, 97. So I don't know if this is a federal indictment. It might just be state. But at the end of the day, they basically saying they got evidence on them, music, lyrics, and who else. And people gonna start snitching eventually. It don't it always happens, right? It always happens. And this is the last video clip.
Well, I won't step outside of my lane. I am the district attorney of Fulton County. I am not the sheriff. I have great confidence in the sheriff. He knew that this was coming as a law enforcement partner, and I believe that he is well prepared, but you'd have to speak to him to make sure that everyone within his facility is safe.
So allegedly, Young Thug sent the hit out on Lucci, right? And I guess to assassinate him, right? So like that in itself is like you are in the conspiracy to commit murder. Conspiracy to commit murder gets you the same amount of time as if you did the murder. So I don't know what the information is. Again, we know they say is innocent to proven guilty, but we know if you know anything about the American court system, is most likely guilty to proven innocent. That's how this system works. Like they tell you innocent to proven guilty, but a lot of times it's guilty to proven innocent. But it's just sad to see that like the brothers that be having a lot of potential, the brothers that make enough money to not only change their own lives, but the lives of their families and friends, right? It's such a sad thing to see that talented individuals make it out the hood. They get to maybe experience a different type of lifestyle than a lot of people that come from where they come from can't and will probably never do. And they still squander it. They still sit here and squander what is provided to them. Um, yeah, definitely. What's up, Ash? It's just so sad. It's so sad to see this. It's so sad when you hear stories about people making it to the NBA, to the NFL, to get a record deal, and they throw in their life away. We're seeing a lot of these individuals, and it's like it's so sad. It's so sad because it's like I tell y'all these things all the time. It's about your mindset. Like I said, you could remove the nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga. So, and I think that's the main thing that is affecting us, the mindset. And we clearly see it. It's not about resources. Like people always say, like, oh, if they just had the money. Hello. If they just had the money, if they just had the resources, if we just had more playgrounds in the hood, if we just had more programs for the youth, if we just had more this, more that, the money not gonna change the mindset of a lot of people. You know, the mindset. Oh, all right, Kenny. Okay, was good. The mindset is not going to change once you get money. You know, character. You know, I was just listening to Mike Tyson, man, and he said that even he's been rich for a long time. He's been rich more of his life than he's been poor, right? And he said even when he was rich, he still was living in darkness. He said even when he was rich, he was still living in darkness. He said he didn't get that darkness out his heart. A lot of us are carrying a lot of this darkness. I don't know if we angry at the world. I don't know, some trauma. But I just think if your mindset don't change, it don't matter how much money you have. It don't matter what neighborhood you move to. You know why? Because what you're going to do is you're going to travel to the hood. You're going to keep traveling back to the ghetto. You're going to keep traveling to be around those people because that's where you feel comfortable at. She just asked him, brother. But I keep showing y'all, you got the Kodaks, you got the K Flocks, you got the Young Thug, the Gunners. We could name so many people, C Murder, a whole bunch of people. Again, I don't know their specific situations, but what I'm saying is at a certain point in time, you can't, and like I said, I understand more when you're younger. When you're younger, you're easier influenced, right? When you're younger, you're a little more dumber. When you're younger, you're a little more impulsive. I get that. I just don't understand. Like we just seen about OJ the Juice Man, right? We seen a situation with OJ the Juice Man recently. We just keep seeing situations with a lot of people who touch a lot of paper and just didn't have the brains to be able to do something better with it. Like I just don't really get it. It's crazy. They asked Little Durk, right? Little Durk said this in the song. He said, they asked me where I'm gonna be in 10 years from now. I said, shit, the feds. It's just crazy how like it's almost like this is where we expect to be, right? Like this man, this is Little Durk. We don't know. He touched mad paper too, probably, right? And it's like, yo, there's a lot of stuff you could do. Once you get your hands on money, it's a lot of things you could do, right? There's a lot of different things that you can, try to put your money into, make it grow. And again, I don't know what these individuals are doing, but I'm just saying it's almost like the mindset don't change. It's almost like these dudes get rich, they get in the industry, and they still running around in the streets like they still off the streets. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I just think that, like, when God blesses you with money, man, when God blesses you to have the resources to be able to get away from the negativity, like, that is a blessing. And I think a lot of people are squandering that blessing. And that's why I always say, we are programmed for failure. And I say this all the time. I guarantee you, if America was to give black folks reparations today, most of us are going to get that shit right back, because we don't have the proper mindset to be able to even, like, you know what they say? They say black people spend their money way before they even get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real shit. Like, you know, black people, they said that about black people, right? They said before we even get our hands on the money, we already spent it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm just saying, like, yo, like these people don't got advisors. Like, they don't got like somebody there telling them, like, yo, bro, like, yo, sit down, bro, sit down, like, sit down. Like, it's crazy. And it's sad. It's sad to see our black men going through that, because it's like, we know the conditions that we come from. We know how life in the hood is. We know what it's like. Well, I don't know if we, right? Just a figure of speech. It's a figure of speech. Like, we know how hard it is to come from where you come from, to try to become a rapper, to try to become anything of yourself from the environments that we come from. We know how hard that shit is. We know the obstacles that is laid out in the path of us just becoming entertainers, just graduating college, getting good degrees, getting good jobs. We know the obstacles that shit come with. So to make it out of that situation, to get into a position where you could do a lot of good things for yourself and your families, and then you still choose to be indulgent in that life and the negativity, still choose to indulge in being a part of it, like, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. And like I said, like, it's understanding when you're young, when you're in your teenage years, and you feel like like you said, brother, and they feel invincible, you feel unstoppable. I know how it feels. I know how it feels to hold a gun in your hands. It feels like you think you God. You think you got the power of taking life and allowing somebody to live. I get it. I definitely do get it. I've been there. I've been young. I've been dumb. I've been stupid. You know what I'm saying? I've been out there on the block with a gun in my waist or a gun in my hand, and nobody could tell me nothing. And I feel like I'm in control of your life. I know that feeling. I know what it's like to have money, have bands, right? And you just sitting there and you feel like you could do whatever, right? Like, you know you're not gonna go hungry. You can go buy whatever. You can go buy a car. You can go put a down payment on a house. Like, I know that feeling, you know. But but to throw it all away, I know the feeling more. I know more so of the feeling of not having. I know more so of the feeling of being hungry. I know more so of the feeling of being in prison and not having control. You know, I know more so of that feeling than the other feeling. So I just think that, like, it's crazy, man. It's sad. Is who's to say they still engaged? They say they got recent information about Young Thug putting out a hit on YFN Lucci, whatever. I think I said it wrong. I don't know. But they saying this information. So, and then indictment is, we started the investigation. Just because the investigation started in 2014, you think it just finished? A lot of times investigations start and then they die down. They die down. A lot of times when people stop doing certain things, like, you know, they might start an investigation, but then y'all cool off, y'all chill, you know, y'all rock out. But if you keep doing things, you keep adding to the investigation. That's usually how these big indictments work, right? Like, you start out doing something and then they investigate you all the way up to the time when they lock you up. That's usually how it goes. If you stop doing crimes, sometimes the investigation kind of like falls apart, falls off. But if you keep doing stuff, if you keep giving them new things, then they usually start at a certain point and they end by the time when they lock you up, you know. And usually they don't even really fully end right till they convict you. Um, so yeah, it's just sad. Again, it's just sad shit, and it's gonna be shit that we're gonna continue to see. We're gonna continue to see young black men. What up, bro? We're gonna continue to see young black men lose their lives, right? We're gonna continue to see young black men go to jail, buried alive. We're gonna continue to see this, unfortunately, because the mindset of our people has been damaged. And I think a lot of people don't even think anything is wrong with their mind. A lot of people don't even think it's anything wrong with the way they think. A lot of people don't even think it's anything wrong with what they're doing, right? They think they're doing the right thing. They think they're holding it down. They think they feeding their block. They think they're looking out for those people, right? So unfortunately, until like the mindset change, the body, the limbs is not going to be able to change and act upon anything. But I don't really want to drag this. I just wanted to share that like they always say, right? You can move the nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga. Make sure you like the video so it can circulate. This is definitely sad, but I don't think it's gonna go away. I think we're gonna continue to see our young black men throw their life away um, until some major intervention happens in their lives. I don't think it has to be a mass movement, but I think like we need just people, trying to seep into the brains and the hearts of these young men so that they start doing different things, man. So that they start cherishing like the blessings that God has given them. To make the type of money that could change your lifestyle and your family, it doesn't just fall on your lap. So some of these dudes are very creative, but they just, I don't know. It's not there, but hopefully they get it right. Hopefully we start seeing less and less of these things. We know it's not just going to change overnight, but it's always sad to see talented people that make money get killed or go to prison and not really live up to be successful, to grow old, to be happy with this money, and their freedom. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you like the content. Stay tuned and be safe out there. Peace.